Southwest Baltimore is one of the most challenged communities in the country, at one time having the 7th highest concentration of urban poverty in the nation.
The domino effect of poverty is that people start to lose hope. And so it starts despair, and despair breeds more despair. And that happens internally inside people, and then it turns to blight inside homes and outside of homes.
Heroin and crack cocaine for 30 years, every day. It's not like they don't know that I used to eat out of trash cans, that I lived in abandoned houses, that my only change of clothes was to turn my clothes inside out. And I now have 7 years in a row, clean and sober, in the same neighborhood where I couldn't keep $8 in my pocket. And it was all thanks to Paul's Place.
For 33 years, Paul's Place has been a beacon of hope for people like Dolly, an anchor in Southwest Baltimore, and a catalyst and leader for change.
Paul's Place has over 20 programs that range from crisis services like hot lunch, laundry services, and shower services to more programs that are focused on self-sufficiency in terms of case management, employment placement, computer skills, and so on.
The great news about Paul's Place and the University and the School of Nursing is that we all share a common neighborhood. And we're all committed to making sure that we have healthcare providers who are well prepared to work with people wherever they are. And one of our trademarks is, in fact, our ability to work in the Baltimore community, in West Baltimore, and to try to make a little bit of a difference. And I think that that absolutely happens here. And it's actually an honor that Paul's Place allows us to be a part of what they do. It's a gift to us as a School of Nursing.
In this neighborhood, there's a huge health disparity, and we're trying to offer wellness programs that address the actual causes of death, such as lack of physical activity, poor nutrition, substance abuse, and smoking.
It's life-changing, isn't it?
It's a chance for us to give back and help people out and support a wonderful organization like Paul's Place.
That'll make you feel good, chicken noodle soup.
This is an opportunity to take care of folks in our community who have a lot of challenges and provide a whole array of services that government will never ever be able to offer to them because there's just too much need and not enough money.
So many millions of Americans are one step from needing Paul's Place. One paycheck, one sickness, one illness, one accident. You just don't know when it can hit you.
I became homeless a year ago in September of 2014. I had lost my job. This is a place that I had to call home. Some people have been down here for years. My main thing was how long was I going to be out there? You know, even though it was getting harder sometimes, but I was just so determined not to give up. When I was homeless, I had to come here to take showers. I had to come here to wash my clothes. And some places don't have the resources that Paul Place have. So, you know, it's been a big plus for me.
We know across the city that on any given night, nearly 3,000 people experience homelessness. We believe that this is a problem that we can solve in Baltimore City, and it's critical that we have partners like Paul's Place that provide those critical services like support services and housing to help people experiencing homelessness get back on their feet and achieve stability in their communities.
The Stable Home Project is an outreach program designed to reach out to the most vulnerable population in Baltimore City to help bring them into housing first and then help them out with additional services as needed on each case.
I became unemployed and it was like a snowball. It spiraled out of control. First you get backed up in one bill and then it goes on from there, and then eventually I was evicted, and it was a rough year. As a parent, that's your first responsibility, to make sure your children are safe and well cared for. So it was very hard. And then they were there with me, so we were going through it together. First, I had to send them away to stay with friends and relatives. Then they had to come back, and we were in my car for a little while. It was kind of cold then, so one, that was a lot of gas money, trying to keep the heat on in the car, finding places to wash up for them in school in the morning. It was a routine that we got accustomed to, sadly, but thankfully I don't have to go through that anymore.
In its first year, the Stable Home Project helped 9 families like Maisha's and 7 individuals like Michael.
This is my house, thanks to Paul Place.
Today, case managers are working with more than 40 individuals and families. And that's just the beginning.
You need that first step. I mean, to go from nothing to independence is a huge leap. And people I don't think, realize how much like a couple $1,000s can change a person's life.
The staff here too, they're always willing to help you. You know, that's one thing I love about this place. You know, they go above, beyond to help you. You know, to fit your needs.
I get to make a home for them again. That's so important. And I can rest. I found peace again.
If we can create stable individuals and stable families, that creates stability in Baltimore as a whole.
There are issues all over the world, but how powerful is it to really have an impact right in your own backyard immediately? And Paul's Place affords the opportunity to do that.
If I, as a corporation, want to make a contribution to society in a meaningful way, an impactful way, they have to ask that question, is this fertile ground? If they're looking for fertile ground, it's a really good reason why they would come to Paul's Place for that kind of contribution.
Thanks to Paul's Place, it was a blessing.
Thank you, Paul's Place.
It's a good, wonderful feeling. You know, it's a wonderful feeling.
Thank you so much for whatever you can do.
It takes all of us to be able to make this happen. And when we do, we literally transform lives.